She refused to tell her husband that the money had finally come. The underpaid gratuity, the denied benefits and allowances, everything had been paid. And for the first time in many years, Mrs. Aduro had a choice. Mr. Aduro, a retired civil servant, refused to retire from chasing anything in his skirts. Even in his old age, he brought home a young woman, young enough to be his grandchild. And when she became pregnant, he moved her into the house, the same house he built with his wife of 28 years. What was supposed to be a peaceful retirement became a house of pain. His pension was no longer enough to satisfy his spending. So he began to take his wife's money, her petty trade, the money her children sent from abroad. Nothing was safe. And if she resisted, she paid for it with her body. She wanted to leave, but people said, after all these years, you want a great divorce. People will laugh at you. Are you a church leader, for crying out loud? What example are you setting? So she stayed and suffered in silence. But the insult never stopped. She was mocked, called names, treated like a stranger in her own home. Her kitchen, which was her pride, everything she built over the years was taken from her. And when she complained, the beating became worse. But something changed. Quietly, without telling anyone, Mrs. Aduro began to plan. She installed a camera to record everything, not for revenge, but for survival. At the back of the house, there was a rental apartment owned by them. When a tenant eventually moved out, Mrs. Aduro saw an opportunity. She cleaned it, repainted it, and furnished it to her own taste. And one item at a time, she moved her belongings without anyone noticing. She had become a strategist. What no one knew was this: the government had finally paid all the money she was owed, and this time she kept it a secret. And for the first time, she had power. Then one day, after another brutal beating, she made a decision. Enough is enough. Because sometimes the only way to survive is to walk away.